this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. Slithers into space. Finds Zach Brees, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. A long way there to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Bussey. He breaks the tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they...
Early on the Jets. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got him 1st and goal.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. Complete to the left. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man. And some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
He's got it on the right. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Smashes ahead. And he runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. The throw. Firing to the right, complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
to the ground to try to move the chains. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll keep it on the sneak. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
He looks short on that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away. But that defensive line was having none of it. Failed fourth down. Big-time stop for this defense.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Oh, what a great play call. Sneak in the draw. The defense clearly thinking pass, flying up the field. No, sir. A little handoff, a little sneak attack. Great play call.
Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They'll go back to the air on second down. He's got an open man. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Oh, better look out! Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time it's complete. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Tigers will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. He's looking downfield to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Just drives it between the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Creates a little space. Still on his feet at the 35. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job on the offense extending their lead.
They'll line up to go for 2. Using the quick game. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start turning it on. Got the first down and more. The 40, at the 30, past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires left. Pulls it in. Lowers those pads. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. Running into the open space. Across the 25. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab on the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Pulls it in. It's Higgins. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in the pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the... receiver, that's a good play by the defensive back.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double. There he goes! And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll send the back in motion. He wants to throw it again. It's complete to the left. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's 1st down in the red zone at the 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
This is a tough one. A 3rd and long from this part of the field. They can, though, pick up the 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely...
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, 1st down.
They'll go back to work on offense. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Quickly complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Reads it, fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, they come up short. It's now going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and go get me this first down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies in on the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration so I don't let that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum going. Big-time 4th down and short coming.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the 4th quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that 4th down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage.
There he goes. A sweet run gets it out to the 30-yard line, and that can really jumpstart a drive.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on 1st down. Might be changing the route. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Back to pass. Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. This is a real statement game, proving that you're worthy of this lofty ranking. holding off a challenger and doing it with a great passing game.
No doubt. And early in the season, like, you're trying to prove that ranking, right? There's a lot of people that doubt preseason polls and what they amount to and what they mean. But this passing attack, Palmer, it looks legit.
You're absolutely right, David. I think a lot of that preseason ranking was what happened last year, who they have coming back. But you can't ignore the talent these guys have at the quarterback position and the dudes they've got downfield catching it. That's shown up today.
He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times, he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Got his man on the right. Turning it on. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, Clemson.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. With jet sweep pass. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Not sure why they want to throw again. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. The 50. The 40. The 20. He's at the touchdown Tigers. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And now they're going to go for two and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. He makes the grab. The two-point try is good, and they take the lead. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture,